Oh, that coffee is too good. What you think, D? It's not raining for a minute. It's not raining for a minute. You gotta go potty. It's not raining. Now might be a better shot. I had a moving dream.
Oh, yeah.
I had a dream about one of my friends, I won't mention names, who was a roommate of mine back in the day. And you and I were living with him again, and we were moving our stuff out. And as I'm like packing stuff up out of the living room and moving it, he goes, "Man, it's going to be hard for us to clean this place up after you get all the stuff moved out." And I was like, "What do you mean us, bro?" Because when he moved out, just like left the house all fucked up. So my brain apparently needed to work its way through that old from my 20s drama. Gotta love that. Good day to you, my lord. Good day. Good morning. Good evening and good afternoon. It is weird to me how the brain works sometimes. It's like really just like ancient old shit will get dragged back out. Like apparently somewhere deep down inside me, I am still pissed off that he left the house so dirty when he moved out. And so I was like, fuck it. How old am I? I always tell people to guess. If you care, guess. Stop smoking? No. I'm going to smoke an extra cigarette for you. Sure, after this live stream, he's going to get his Harley and drive off into the sunset. Dude, I would never sit a fucking motorcycle, bro. Never, never, never. Just not my thing. I've ridden them before. Not my thing, dude. I like being like ensconced in protection when I'm flying down the road, okay? I like that shit.
You get like bugs and shit in your hair.
Oh yeah, bugs in your teeth, up your nose, and your eyeballs, and your hair. It's colder than a witch's tent. You gotta put on 8 layers of leather. So if you fall down, you don't leave 90% of your skin on the road. If somebody fucks up just a little bit on the road, you're dead. You know what I mean? Like, I can't hang with that shit.
It reminds me of that Motorcycle Club movie we watched, and like how it was just so unbelievable that Austin Butler was in that role.
That was the hardest part about that movie. He's got this like beautiful human being, just like perfectly flawless man who's supposed to be this rebel, badass biker who's fallen off his bike a million times and gets into fights for a living. And it's just like, dude, you would be mashed up, jacked up. It made that movie hard. You know, like Tom Hardy looked like a biker.
Yeah.
And I liked him in that movie. I think that he's the only reason really to watch the movie. Like, I thought he did a really good job of like, it was an interesting choice for him to play such a big guy, but to put his voice up here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What'd you say? You know, like that sort of thing. That was a cool character choice, and he played it well. But everybody else in that movie was forgettable or out of place.
Mm. But they could at least put like a couple scars on Austin Butler.
I mean, or something.
Yeah.
A big fake mashed up nose or like a droopy eye or something to show that he's not this like supermodel kid.
He's not unwilling to do a lot of makeup. We've seen him do a bunch of
Yeah,
makeup
no,
in
I
other
mean,
movies.
like they could have done some shit and fucked him up a little bit, but they wanted him to look all hot. And that's okay for most movies, but for a movie about a badass outlaw biker that, you know, every day he's in a fist fight and he's always falling off his bike and shit, he's not gonna look like that. He's gonna be all fucked up. Should have given him an eye patch. That's not enough. An eye patch is not enough. If they give him an eye patch and a big old nasty scar that went down across his face, show how he lost the eye or whatever, that'll maybe. You can't just throw an eye patch on a dude though.
It's like you see like just regular people, like Gordon Ramsay's all fucked up, and it's not even from a fight.
Yeah, he's just all wrinkly and weird.
I mean, like that big old thing on his chin.
Yeah,
People get scarred up over little shit.
yeah,
If you're in a bunch of shit, you're gonna get a bunch of fucked up.
for sure. The more shit you're in, the more likely you're gonna be fucked up. Yeah, chipped tooth or a missing tooth or something would have helped. Crookedy nose. Gordon Ramsay has probably had a bunch of cooking oil explode in his face. The amount he's scowled has probably done it too. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
The main one's that one accident he was in, right?
I think so, yeah. No alert when Paul's Ego is streaming. I know. YouTube hates Paul's Ego. Ugh. Man, there really is a world of difference between the monkey button being on and not on. It's a sad thing. I hate to hit the monkey button 2 streams in a row, but starting to feel like it may need to happen. People too stupid to speak. Yeah, we're gonna monkey button it for a little while. Participant mode, subscribers, duration 5 minutes. There we go. Now watch. Guaranteed, the retardism falls to about 3%. It was at a good 70%. Hit the button, 3%. That's the way it works. You want to say something stupid? Pin me and pay me. How about that? She can make the timer a whole day. You can. I can make it a month. I can make it a month if I wanted.
A year?
I think it's a year, yeah. I think a year is the top one that I can pick. But, you know, I'm trying to entice these morons into touching the content. So, if they want to talk, they're going to have to hit that old subscribe button and pay Paul's Ego. They want to say something stupid and out of pocket, you're going to have to pay. Pin me and pay me, baby. Dark. I haven't seen it. Is it a myth that there are many gay men in the Navy? No. I don't think it's a myth that there's gay men everywhere. But I think the Navy probably has its fair share. Yeah.
Or at the very least, bi-curious.
So gay. Salute, Paul. Wu-Tang forever. Wu-Tang forever, ever? Okay. Wu-Tang. Anytime somebody mentions Wu-Tang, I have to check and see if I can mention all the members of Wu-Tang. RZA, Jizza, Inspector Deck, Old Dirty Bastard, Raekwon the Chef, and Method Man. Am I missing anybody? I don't think so. I think that's it. Have you listened to any Blackalicious? I have heard Blackalicious, yeah. I'm not a big Blackalicious listener. A salutation. What are you boofing? Such a non-committal half boof. Oh yeah, the 10-cent beer night that went out of control because everybody got liquored up. I remember that. I think you're right. I think it was in the late 80s that happened. See why we got the dummy filter on this morning? Yeah, the dummy filter it's been necessary for a while. I just get bored of the same shit. Like if the people that want to antagonize and stuff were creative, it would set off like rants and stuff, but it's just like endless, like, stop smoking, this guy looks like X. It's just, I can't fucking deal. I don't have the fucking mental fortitude this morning. To deal with the lost children. The lost generation. Yeah, I'll smoke 3 packs right now. To the head. Your chat gremlins are certainly something. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're everything you imagine an internet like weirdo to be. Everything. Out of 150 people, there'll be 5 creative trolls. If you get 5 creative trolls in one stream, that's a pretty good stream right there. You literally, like, it's bottom of the barrel shit. It's like, every time I start it up, if I'm going to be chat interactive and I don't put on the monkey button, it's going to be responding to people telling me not to smoke. Are you the amazing atheist? Is this, that? Are you, this guy looks like Hagrid. This guy looks like Queso. It's like walking into a 3rd grade classroom. It's literally like walking into a third grade classroom. And it's like, at a certain point, I'm providing like attention to people who are desperate for it. So it's a no-win situation. It's worse. Yeah. You're probably right. Have you ever been taunted, like not online? Oh yeah, I was bullied. I was bullied in school, like all the way up to like I'd say sophomore year in high school. I was pretty fucking, pretty much a target for bullying, but I was a hard target for bullying because if you wanted to really bully me and win, you had to come punch me in the face. Like I could have probably been beat up by most of the people who bullied me, but bullying, like if it rose to that, you could get expelled off of that. So that what they really wanted to do was make you feel bad about yourself. The problem is I'm better at that than most people that bully. So people learned pretty quickly with me that like you can talk shit about Paul, but you better do it out of earshot, because if you let him respond, you're gonna end up looking like a fucking dunce. So that helped me out quite a bit, but it didn't stop things. I still got made fun of and called names and all that shit. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, in that kind of grade school environment, bullies want a soft target, because, there's skin in the game. You got to give bullies that, right? If you're going to stand in the playground in front of 30 other people and call somebody fat, you got skin in the game. If they have a better comeback, a comeback that makes everybody laugh, you just lost, right? A lot of that type of mentality finds its way online now because you have no skin in the game. You're just, Ralph Boobaba 72189-5. You know what I mean? Nobody's ever going to connect your moronism and your embarrassing moment with a real human being. And so it's just boring. It's gotten to be absolutely boring. DFF episode yesterday was great on the Netflix American Primeval touches on what you were speaking on. What are you even fucking talking about? I just wish most bullies didn't grow up to be managers. Oh, do they? Yeah, I guess maybe. Managers or cops, true. Bullying was mostly something I saw in movies or TV. Yeah, I mean, they've definitely, like, I don't know if most of it has just moved online. That's probably what's happened. I doubt that, like, the school experience is any better for neurodivergent people or people who look different or whatever. I doubt it's any better for them. I just think that, like, the visible bullying has probably moved online where there's no skin in the game. People that genuinely bully people that they see as lesser than them are terrified of being called on their shit or being forced to face the repercussions of their shit. And, the more anonymity, the more removal you can make for yourself when saying mean things to people, the more likely more people are going to take up the mantle and do that. Sometimes there's a bullying hierarchy where bullies get bullied by stronger. Yeah. There can be like a whole bully fucking whole line of bullying. Whole goddamn line. the pecking order of bullies. Yeah. Ooh. What do you think, Dave? No hiccups. No hiccups, please. No hiccups. Oh, Bird Congress, yeah. Bird Congress is in effect today. Is humanity's consumerism and greed ruining planet Earth? Yeah. And can we all think about nature as how it's, yeah. Yeah, I finally moved to Uruguay. Yeah. I live on a capybara ranch now. Oh, me too. Capybaras are my favorite. I would love to have a few acres and a place where capybaras could be kept and just have like a little family of cappies. I have a real sad memory about capybaras, and I've always loved them. When I was little, I went to the fair, and there was one of those booths where it was, like a freak show type of place. And they were like, see the giant rat. And I went in and paid, and it was just a cappy sitting down in a cage. Just a capybara. Poor little cappy. Whoo! All right. The weed is ready. The weed has been prepared. And it is time. It is time. Yeah, no, I love me some capybaras. They're the chillest animals on the planet, bar none. I saw a picture the other day of cappies just like all lining up to lay down near an alligator. Alligator was just like sunning itself on the beach, and the cappies were like, mind if we join you? They don't give a fuck, bro. Capybaras don't give two shits about nothing. That's why I like them so much. They really are, yeah, they're giant guinea pigs, 100%. downtown this weekend if you want me to know. I'm guessing the moving chaos. Yeah. It's been fucking crazy. And I'll be honest with you, dude. I've been enjoying my fucking solitude, too. I don't know what it is about me, but I have very hermit-like tendencies, and I haven't felt very fucking social, bro. Like, social in general, you know? I like being around my wife, but, you know, the whole kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, man. The dance of socialization, you know what I'm talking about? Where it's like, you've got to be this, you've got to say that, you've got to go along with this. I feel very adverse to that sort of human interaction. And I think it's probably just, I don't think it's anybody's fucking fault that I know. I think it's more just, I've been through the fucking shit ringer, bro, with friends. I really have, man. And, you know, some of that definitely my fault. I'm not trying to say that I've been, you know, faultless in it, but at this point in my life, bro, I don't make a very good friend, bro. Because I'm in my own world, I guess, is the way to put it. Like I live a kind of like specifically small and simple life because I can't deal with the complexities of it anymore. Other people, like trying to be other people, or trying to trying to meld with other people is just, it takes a lot out of me anymore. And you know, I'd say that that's probably where I'm at. Like you know, when I was living in California, there was only so much I could do to kind of get out away from other people, and I was constantly being harried by, you know, yard work and bullshit, and just having to deal with other people's noise and bullshit and drama. And now I don't have that, and it's just like, oh, I don't know. Isn't doing this sort of a social activity? No, maybe kind of, but it's not. It's quasi-social. So everything is at arm's length here, and as soon as I'm done, I don't have to be polite. I can just fucking leave. You know what I mean? Like human interaction is not like that. There are times there are times when I will like commit myself to, all right, I'm gonna go hang out with somebody, and 20, 30 minutes after starting to hang out with that person, I just want to leave. And it has nothing to, you know, it's not that person's fault. It's just me. Like, there's a certain amount of like force yourself into the mentality kind of thing. You know what I mean? Force yourself into that social space. And when I do, sometimes I'll lock in and it'll be okay. And sometimes I just never lock in, and it's the whole time I'm just like counting the seconds till I can fucking escape. And it's one of those things. Trying to be more accepting of my own idiosyncrasies lately. I think it's an important thing to do. What is some extremely obese people just accept that they are so? Because they don't value their health or whatever, probably, as much as you do. Yeah. I definitely have some. I definitely have some pretty like antisocial tendencies when it comes to that sort of thing. I'm not like looking to hurt people, but I'm also not looking to fucking listen to people either. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't understand it entirely myself, but that's where I'm at. Hope you guys can have a good day. I gotta go shovel my driveway. Oof. Sorry about that, bud. What does it mean when someone's acting like a diva? They're acting like they're a super important person who other people should constantly be waiting on and concerned about. That's acting like a diva. Are celebrities important? Yeah, sure, they're important. Are avatars in society for people's goals and aspirations. You know, you'd be much different if you weren't married. I mean, my life would probably be a lot different, but as far as my personality, I don't know, probably not. I will say this, Amelia has a huge calming effect on me. Like, most of the time, we're very much in sync in that way. So, it probably helps me to, like, just be. But as far as my, like, personality and stuff, no. It is what it has been. But it's true. Oh. Bunch of little peepers today. And none of them ever come down on the ground. Too many trees. Too many fun trees to sit in. You ever had dental problems in your life or have bad teeth? No, I've got pretty good teeth. I've had one root canal in my life. And it was pretty recent, a couple years ago. I got a root canal. But I have all 23 teeth. Isn't that 23? I think it is 23. Or is it 26? I can't remember. I have all my teeth, including the wisdoms. I never had my wisdom teeth out, and they never caused a problem. So I got reasonably okay teeth. My teeth are just yellow from years and years of smoking and coffee. But I like that. I prefer some yellow on people's teeth. I hate this fucking bleached tooth thing people are doing where they come smiling at you and it fucking blinds you and shit. I can't hang. It looks so fucking fake and weird. I want to see that you've lived a life when you smile at me. I want to see your decisions on them teeth. Yeah, straight up mouthful of chiclets, yo. Whatever. I mean, it's your mouth. You do what you want, but you still have your wisdoms. You're like a unicorn. Yeah, I mean, the last time I went to the dentist, he was like, "Your age and you got all your teeth. That's pretty impressive." I was like, "How many teeth is the average 40-something missing?" That's the question. Remember when tooth tattoos was a thing? No. Have you heard of a tooth tattoo? Uh-uh. I never heard of no tooth tattoo. Historically, were there no dentists? I mean, yeah, I mean, like, you go back far enough, there were no dentists, but there were still people, like, you know who used to take care of that shit? Barbers. People don't know this shit, but barbers used to be, like, the town doctor. So if you had a bad tooth that needed to be yanked out your head, you had, a cut that needed to be stitched up, you had a wound that needed to be disinfected or something, you went over to the barber shop. No shit. Kind of crazy. But yeah, no, they would yank people. They knew how to yank a tooth out. You got a bad tooth and it's just causing you nothing but pain? Well, get in there with some pliers and yank that bitch out. No worries. Here, have a couple shots of whiskey before we get to ripping on your fucking teeth. No, no, no. The Viking Bluetooth had tooth markings. Don't know if they counted as tattoo. Yeah, I don't know. I have seen like the Aztecs, I guess, or the Maya used to decorate their teeth with like rhinestones and gemstones and stuff. So they would cut like a little cavity in their front teeth, not all the way through the tooth, and then they would set gems in there with some sort of cement glue shit. They found skulls of people who had that kind of work done and stuff, and it was probably pretty fashionable to have your teeth blinging. And it's fashionable again to have your teeth blinging. Isn't that interesting? Like, human beings are definitely, if anything, predictable. As a large group, anyway. Maybe individuals kind of unpredictable and wild, but the mass group. Is alcohol the only way anesthesia for centuries? I don't know. I know that there are different kind of analgesics that are used, but I don't know the names of any of them. There are certain plants that have numbing properties and psychoactive properties that'll help kind of disassociate a person from pain. So I imagine that alcohol plus those other things were used quite a bit, but I don't know the names of any of it. I mean, opium for sure, yeah. Cocaine has a numbing effect as well. So, weed, yeah. They use cocaine in eye surgeries, don't they? I have no fucking clue. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. Golden seal, topical analgesic. Yeah, there's a number of them. Not milk thistle. Maybe it is milk thistle. Has analgesic properties. That's one of them that just popped into my head. But yeah, I mean, all of the drugs that we have now, as far from their original kind of base as they are, all of those were derived from plants and animals, right? So it dilates the pupil. Oh, cool. Yeah. They're not gonna like shove your face in Coke. It's a solution. It's diluted down to where it needs to be to actually numb you. But well, I think I mean aspirin itself comes from some sort of plant. Who the fuck knows which? Ozempic was found by isolating chemicals in Gila monster venom. Crazy. Crazy. Deranged. I mean, plants have been medicine since humans have needed medicine. People figure out that this plant has this little weird effect, and then they figure out a way to use it. Yeah, my mom, I was treated with plant medicine when I was a kid. If I got like a little scrape, fell down on the road, scraped up my knee, my mom would put aloe vera on the shit. She had a big, giant aloe vera plant. She just cut one off and squeeze it out of the stem right onto my wound and cover the wound up with a bandage, and that was that. You know what I mean? Sunburns, blisters, just kind of any kind of skin rash or anything, you know, that you get, scrapes and bruises and stuff. Just throw some aloe on it. And I bet you didn't scar. I have scars, but I don't have anywhere near the amount of scars I should have. I grew up different. I grew up at a different time. I wounded myself quite often. It was a you know, twice weekly occurrence. You know what I mean? So I've got scars here, there, and everywhere, but I don't think they're as bad as they would have been. I feel like having the upbringing that I did was really cool, but I also feel like it caused me to disregard my body. Because I'm not really afraid of getting hurt, I think that when my time came to start entering the workforce, I was one of those people that was just like, man, I'm gonna fucking go 110% and get this shit done. Boom, 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 boom. You know, I had a real, you know, I had a good body for that when I was younger. But I feel like that because and maybe it's not just because of my upbringing, but I think a lot of it has to do with my upbringing. Watching my parents work the same way probably had a lot to do with it as well. But
We saw your parents get themselves hurt.
oh yeah,
Shit.
my parents were constantly getting fucked up at work because they worked dangerous, hard jobs, you know. And you know, I got fucked up all the time as a kid because I was out there playing hard. And then when it came time for me to enter the workforce, dude, I went in balls deep. I went, you know, fuck it, ignore the pain, work through the pain, you know. You know, do things in inadvisable ways because fuck it, you can, you know, that sort of shit catches up with you. It really does. Like my body, for the age that I am, you know, had I been more careful and worked jobs that were more, you know, protective of their employees and stuff and that, I probably wouldn't be in half the pain I'm in. You know, some of that is genetic. Some of it was going to happen no matter what. But I definitely wore my body down to a nub, just busting ass, you know. And I think a lot of it has to do with that mentality of like, fuck it, dude, you're going to get hurt. Just go. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. When you're young, you can do that shit. You bounce right back. You know, I'd pull my back out at work, fucking lifting things wrong, be in pain for the weekend, and then I'd be right back at it doing the same shit on Monday. You know? Many have sacrificed their bodies working. Unfortunately, some just take it in silence and never seek help with mental and physical health. Yeah. Oh, I mean, some people just can't afford it. I think more than people that don't seek it out are people that just can't afford it. How important is it to be able to talk about stuff like this openly and without shame? I don't know what shame anybody would attach to this conversation, but when it comes to my life, if you understand human beings at all, you understand that Dracula was correct when he said, "What is a man? A miserable pile of secrets." But it's true. Everybody's got shit that they're hiding. Everybody's got shit that they're not proud of. Everybody's, you know, they're human fucking things that happen to us. And I figure if I'm going to have a platform like this, I may as well be one of those people that just talks openly about that shit. I'm not embarrassed about the things that are about me, you know what I mean, that are out of my control or even within my control. I am what I am. You know, you take me or leave me. He would have done that even if the rules are in place. The rules were in place. And I'm only 44 years old. You know, OSHA was a thing. But OSHA was a thing when my parents were getting fucked up at work, too. OSHA is not a great, I mean, it's a stopgap, but it's not a great stopgap. Perhaps the same could be said of all religions. I know. Based? What do you think are men taught that talking about their emotions and feelings openly is bad? I mean, there's like a kind of a stoicism expectation. It's part of like gender roles, right? Men, especially in this kind of environment, are expected to be breadwinners, protectors, hunt. You know, like if you trace the analog, the hunters, they're bringing home the bacon, literally, right? That is kind of the expectation that hangs over a male, and none of that allows for what society views as weakness or vulnerability, right? And so, little boys, let me ask the boys in here: when you were little, that you can remember when you were young and coming up, how many times did you hear the equivalent from your father or mother of "suck it up"? That's what my parents used to tell me. Suck it up. My dad's favorite one was, "You keep crying, I'm going to give you something to cry about." Right? Now, I never heard that used against any of my sisters. Suck it up. Right? And so that is that male, dry it up. Yeah, dry it up. Suck it up. Be a man. Quit your crying. You're crying like a little girl. Grow a pair. Yeah. They never really told me that sort of thing. My dad tried to lead by example. Look how, yeah. I mean, that's cool if your parent, but like it was very common in my generation. I won't speak for the current ones. Very common in my generation for little boys to be treated very differently if they started crying about something. If you had like an emotional reaction to something, that shit was checked, curbed, and stopped. And to this day, as a man, even one that I think, because of the years of therapy and stuff, that I'm more in touch with my emotions than I was, even now. My reaction to emotion is stupid, opportunity there. You know what I mean? It's just like, you can't untrain that, you know? Oh, 100%. I'm telling you right now, I'm still that way. I'm not a guy that comes easily to emotion, maybe more easily than other men. But, if you see me get emotional, there's something I'm overwhelmed. You know what I mean? I'm crazy. Something is good because, like, little bits of that, suck it up. No, I don't blame my dad. This is not me like shitting on my parents. This is me talking broadly. My parents were not the only people to raise a kid like this. They're not the only people currently raising a kid like this. I'm talking broadly. My parents did their best. You know what I mean? I genuinely believe that. And at times where they didn't, they made up for it. You know what I mean? If they fell down on that job a few times, they stood right back up and got right back on the fucking horse. And you can't ask for anything else from a parent than that, really. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I'm not shitting on my dad didn't know any better. In fact, my dad did better without knowing any better because his father was a crazy abusive drunk. My dad, for all his faults, was never a drunk. So, you know. My parents had me pretty young. Yeah, my parents were in their mid and late 20s when they had me. So I think my dad, so they were together, let's see. Dad married mom 18 and 16, and they were married for 7 years before they had me. So dad would have been 24, 25, 25. and mom would have been 23, I guess, or 24. Oh, yeah. No, because there's 2 years between. I don't know, something like that. Close enough. Yeah, my parents definitely, like, that was a smart decision of theirs, but I don't think they had much of a choice. My dad went right into the military. My mom lived off base and worked jobs and stuff. They just didn't have, I don't think that first tour of duty in the military or whatever was probably the smartest time to try and squat out a kid. My mom is 5 years older than my dad, and she had my older brother when she was 20. The math on that is concerning. The math on that is a little bit suspect, dude. That shit would not fly under the radar today, bro. That would be, you'd be called out on Twitter for that shit. Things back in the day were wild. Things are wild now, dude. That's the thing, man. It is always a fucking goddamn maze being a kid, and whether you make it to the middle of the maze and get the prize that is adulthood or not is not fucking guaranteed, bro. It is wild now. It's not wild in the same way that it was wild when I was a kid, but it's fucking wild, you know? Parents having to work 2 jobs apiece, so you see less and less of mom and dad than ever before. Being raised by devices, iPads and cell phones and video game consoles and shit like that to a much greater extent than my generation, right? I'm not saying we didn't plonk down in front of the TV, but I mean, fuck, dude. Nothing like now. Nothing, you know? And it's fucking wild. Think about that. You're a kid, dude. Kids aren't born with this innate sense of what, like, they're supposed to do. They scalp all that shit off of other people with their eyes and their ears and their senses, right? Dude, if you look at a baby, it's the wildest fucking thing, man. I gotta tell you, dude, babies have always made me nervous. People have babies in your family, they want to hand you a baby. I'm always polite and I take the baby, but there's a part of my mind that's always going, please take this baby. Please take this baby. Because they're just so delicate.
You want a coffee?
Yeah, please. Thank you. I fuck.
Don't remember.
I don't. Fuck.
Go through your head.
I'll think about it. I can't. I literally cannot. I'm like a zombie for the first 20 minutes when I wake up.
Yeah.
And I literally cannot remember if I don't think I did.
You don't?
I'm pretty much like, dude, if I double dose it, I don't think I'm dying from anything, so. I'm like 80% I didn't. But anyway, you look at a baby, right? You actually just like watch a baby in a room full of adults. It's the wildest fucking shit, bro. They are like little satellite dishes. You can see like you can see it happening in them. They're like following the conversation. Like somebody over there will go, and they'll go like, and then somebody over there will go like, I just don't even know anymore. I just don't. It's like they're like a sponge, bro. They're not understanding everything, but Everything nonverbal that you're doing, they are picking up on it. They're seeing how you laugh. They're seeing how you get angry. They're watching your face. They're watching your body language. They're watching how you interact with different people based on their differences. People that are close to you, people that aren't as close to you, right? All of that shit is being assimilated. They're like a satellite dish. It's like, do you have any kids? I do not. I do not. Thank goodness I do not.
The bottles were all neatly shoved together, so I don't think that's how you normally leave it after taking
I'm
them.
pretty sure the memory I have of picking my own out is from yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I woke up today. What did I do?
You came out for a smoke, and then I made coffee, and then you went to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I
and get your
didn't.
coffee right away.
I didn't take my pills, so we're good. Down the hatch.
I can usually tell when you've done yours because you don't always put the lid on all the way. Or at least one of them.
Oh, yeah. Shitty. Well, I don't. I'm not. I'm rising to 90% sure I didn't pop them this morning. So
I remember, yeah, you just going out immediately to smoke, and then to pee, and then to get your coffee, and then out here.
yeah, I don't think I stopped. We're good.
All right.
Is it true kids don't listen to us? They copy us? Dude, I saw a video of a little girl the other day. Her dad, she looked like she was probably about 2. She's standing there, and her dad is going, "Go clean up your room." He was joking with her. It's like, "You go clean up." And she couldn't speak yet, like she didn't have all her words yet, but she was doing the motions that she saw her mother do. And she would go, and he'd go, "You go clean up. You go clean your room." And it's like, that's a great example, right? A kid doesn't know exactly what they're supposed to be saying, but they have absorbed human behavior from their parents to the point where the sass is already there, right? The intent is already there. Was Marv from Sin City a metahuman or just very strong? I don't know. I don't think it matters. Remember as a toddler, I cursed out my grandma one time because I watched my parents do it. Yeah. I mean, if you do that shit in front of your kids, you guarantee it's gonna come out tumbling out of their mouth. Like, you gotta be on point. You gotta be on point, man. Them kids are listening, watching. That's the thing, man. Parenthood ain't no fucking joke. Kids see everything, they hear everything, they assimilate everything, and as soon as they're old enough to start expressing those traits, all of that shit came from you. Remembering as a toddler alone is crazy. I mean, yeah, that's pretty far back from me. My memories from, like, well, I don't really have anything that I would call a fucking real super duper clear memory before the age of like 5 or 6. And even those, man, they're just like, I've held on to a few really clear memories, but it's really unclear to me how much is real and how much is just filler in, you know? It's crazy how memory works. Yeah, hot caca, yeah. I grabbed a stick of nicotine gum when I was 5 because I thought it was regular gum. Damn. That's harsh, bro. That's rough. That's tough. There's a toddler just wandering around the walkway. Yeah. You see that shit, dude. You're just like, fuck, bro. We're in trouble. girlfriend is 23 and can't remember shit before middle school. I think some people are just like that, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, the shit that I have from grade school is minimal and sparse. But I can remember quite a few things from grade school. I can remember quite a few things from middle school, high school. You know what I mean? It's not like it's all gone. It's just, man, there is like what feels to me like an ocean of time and experience between it. And so I think what my brain has cached away, there's an importance to it. Sometimes I can't really connect up what that importance is, you know? My first memory is watching my parents freak out about the news on 9/11. Damn. Damn. Is it sad if a person uses their freedom of speech to vehemently hate others with it? Freedom of speech. Is it sad? No. Ignorant and reprehensible, I think, is better. But I don't know. I don't get sad when I see a racist. I kind of get mad, you know. But anger is pain, so. Did you learn how to spell and do basic math in school? Yeah, of course. You learned how to read, write, and do arithmetic in school. You have memories of like that, but that's not. When I say memory, I'm not talking about remembering things that I learned. I'm talking about remembering something that happened with clarity, right? So like, I fell down, or I fucking got in a fight, or I got in trouble, right? Or I got a gift that I wanted, or you know, these little things, these little snatches of memory that I got are pretty sparse and spread out and unclear in my mind. I remember Obama being elected in '08. I was 7. Yeah, I was 28. You youngsters. Ooh, bum, bum, bum. All right, take a couple of these, and I'm gonna take a couple of that, and I'm gonna grab you guys. Well, first I'm gonna make you guys wait because I gotta go to the bathroom. And then I'm gonna come get you, I think. Oh, I'll sit out here. I'll have one more smoke and then I'm leaving. That's that. I've decided that that is that. In fact, I'm not even gonna have a smoke. I'm just gonna leave. I'm out. I'll see you guys later. Bye.